Hi guys, it's Dr. Cywes. I'm the carb addiction doc. And one of the common questions I ask my patients early on is, when should you eat? When should you eat? And the commonest response we get is, oh, you should eat when you're hungry. Well, let's explore this concept called hunger. What is hunger? And I want to explore the concept of hunger in the modern era of nutritional abundance. Certainly in most countries now, there is this tsunami of food that most of us spend our entire lives within 50 yards of an abundance of food. So starvation is very different to hunger. But let's take this word hunger and explore it. And in the era of abundance, well, let's stop for a second. When an alcoholic says, oh my God, I'm thirsty, I need a drink, it very, very rarely is a statement of dehydration. It's very, very rare that the alcoholic says, oh my God, I'm thirsty, I need a drink, let me go find some water. They are not making that statement about dehydration. What they're saying is, I've got some emotional tension here, I've got some stress, some anxiety, some depression, some anger, some fear, some frustration. I'm bored, I'm having fun, and I need an endorphin activator to help me to deal with that emotional tension. I'm thirsty, I need a drink. And what they're referring to here is an alcoholic beverage to trigger endorphin release. It has nothing to do with hydration. So an alcoholic is somebody who primarily drinks for emotional needs, for emotional restitution, rather than for hydration. Okay? The parallel is this, that when the majority of my patients, the obese patients, the cardiovascularly challenged patients, the diabetic patients, when people that have insulin resistance and carbohydrate addiction, when they say, oh my God, I'm hungry, it almost never refers to a lack of nutrition. The problem is abundance. We've got way too much nutrition inside of us. It's not that our selenium levels are low. When we say we're hungry, oh my God, I'm hungry, it almost always is in response to nutritional need. No. You see, I fooled you. No, it almost always in the modern era is in response to emotional restitution. Because we eat primarily, when we are sick from eating, we primarily eat for emotional restitution. I'm angry, I'm stressed, I'm frustrated, I'm bored, I'm having fun. Emotional reasons. Okay? So if you are going to change, please do not eat because your brain says you're hungry. Now, there's one other early on. There's another form of hunger, which is a biologic hunger. So when a smoker says, oh my God, I need a cigarette, it's always for emotional reasons, but their blood nicotine levels are dropping. And they need to prop that up. So they need a cigarette not only emotionally, but also because their blood nicotine levels are down. Now, nobody has to have nicotine in their bloodstream, okay? So when they're not smoking, within a week or two, that levels out, and they don't need the cigarette to prop up their nicotine levels. They may still need the desire a cigarette for their emotional needs. And exactly the same way with eating. Carbohydrates are the drug that causes the emotional high. And when we say, oh my God, I'm hungry, it may be early on when you're pigging out on 80+% of your diet being carbohydrates and you're snacking all the time. It may be this fluctuating blood sugar level. So as your blood sugar levels come down a little bit, even if they're coming down from 200 to 150, which is still 70 points higher than it should be, normal blood sugar being around 80 to 85, as your blood sugars drop, your body sends a signal, hey, eat, because it doesn't want to tap into your reserves. So this fluctuating blood sugar, oh, I'm hungry, and that happens multiple times, 8, 12, 15 times a day, and you're feeding that biologic hunger, but the biologic hunger is driven, the physiologic hunger is driven by a psychologic hunger. But before we go ahead, folks, sometimes we drop out of the optimal range of ketosis, which is about 0.5 to 2. And the best way to get in there is to eat fat, but sometimes we need that little burst. And SHERYL and I have done a lot of experimentation. Ketone IQ is the best product we found to rapidly restore optimal ketosis. Whether you're going to exercise, whether you're working, whether you need to be awake, popping one of these babies in tastes a little bit crappy, but gets you into the optimal range very quickly and keeps you there for 3 to 4 hours. Look at the show notes and you will see a promo code that'll get you 20% off. And yes, it sucks when you first go on a ketogenic diet. It's miserable. Your body rebels against it. But if you do it progressively, the way we do it, not instantaneously, we slowly remove categories of carbohydrates. But eventually, when you're not eating carbohydrates, pretty quickly, your blood sugar levels out. Now, it may still be high, but the massive amplitude flattens out. So it's more of this. And as your blood sugar flattens out, as you get more into ketosis, that's the whole premise, you're not physiologically hungry anymore. But the head hunger stays. So the key thing then is to be proactive and preemptive about when you are going to eat. If you feed your dog twice a day, it doesn't matter that he gets hungry at lunchtime, he gets food twice a day, at least my dog. Same thing for you. If you're going to conquer that concept of continuously desiring to eat, preemptively plan your meals at first 3 times a day and then drop one meal that is the least important. And I eat once, maybe twice a day, preemptively planned. I knew last night what I was going to eat today. And in that way, because I'm in ketosis, I'm not hungry. If ever I do get a little bit hungry, I know it's my head. Here's my mind cleansing moment. This is my bridges me across that little moment when my emotions need some restitution. And that handles my head hunger. Yes, I had to train myself to do that. It didn't happen right away. I introduced that slowly and I got used to using gum instead of nicotine, using my coffee instead of a snack. But if you understand hunger, it's a huge leap forward in terms of understanding how you got to be fat, sick, diabetic, have cardiovascular disease, have PCOS, have cancer. Because you're feeding that fluctuating blood sugar all the time. If that's given you some clarity, leave some comments. But if you are hungry, oh, and you're arguing with me, no, it's my stomach's rumbling. I can hear my stomach rumbling. That has nothing to do with hunger, folks. That's just air and water moving through your gut. And here's the final piece that I will tell you. Try to argue against this one. If any of you have done an extended fast, longer than 36 to 48 hours, everybody will tell you, as you cross that threshold, 36, 48 hours, your hunger goes away. If you've done an extended fast, that Jason Fung has made fairly popular, if you've done an extended fast, your hunger goes away over time when your blood sugars level out and you get develop ketosis. So here's the question. If hunger was truly a nutrition deficiency, surely the longer you go without eating, the more hungry you should become. If your body needed that nutrition, it's going to send out more powerful signals. If your hunger is going away, it is not related to nutritional deficiency. And in the era of abundance, we've got way more nutrition inside of us than we actually need. Hunger, folks, is a head problem and a blood sugar problem. Do not eat in response to hunger. Counter hunger with a bridge and time, and it will go away. If you're hungry, it's because something's happened in your life that you haven't dealt with. I am the Carb Addiction Doc. Understand nutritional need from an addiction perspective. Just like the alcoholic has to understand alcoholism from the addiction perspective, not the hydration perspective. Made you think. Done my job. I am the Carb Addiction Doc. Throw $1 at us. Look in the show notes down below. Go to our PayPal account and throw us $1 to keep these videos free.